If you're looking to clean up the appearance of the rear wheel wells while also adding a bit of protection at the same time, well then you should consider adding these highly rated rear wheel well liners from Husky to your 2019 and newer Ram 1500. Now these made in the USA liners will feature that black durable polyethylene build along with a lifetime warranty, all for right around that mid to high $100 price point for the pair. Now wheel well liners such as the Huskies here are gonna be really popular for truck owners out there for two big reasons. First and foremost, protection, right? These are gonna protect the underside of those wheel wells, but also things like the underside of the frame and the bed, of course, from dirt, rocks, mud, chips, whatever, and ultimately corrosion long term. Now, secondly, getting back to appearance, these are really gonna help clean up the appearance of those rear wheel wells on stock, but especially on lifted trucks, where those wheel wells are really magnified depending on how high of a lift you got. Now this even gets magnified more if you have a lighter colored Ram out there. So black, obviously not so much, but on white trucks, silver trucks, things like that, red trucks, blacking out the inner wheel well here, at least the rear wheel well, really does make a big difference in regards to appearance. Construction again will feature a very thick polyethylene or plastic material that's going to be extremely tough and really will hold up to the rocks, mud, and basic abuse of being mounted to the underside of your rig. Now these things have been designed in a way that really does form fit the wheel wells on your Ram perfectly and will be very low key in regards to appearance once installed. Now, speaking of which, they are going to be held in place with the included clips and do not require any drilling whatsoever. Now, finally guys, the liners have been made right here in the USA and they are backed by a limited lifetime warranty in case you run into any issues. Now coming in at around that mid to high $100 mark, guys, I think you'll find that the Husky options here will be a bit more expensive when compared to other liners on the site, such as the liners from Rough Country, for instance, but still at the same time, you're gonna be saving some money as opposed to just buying the OE Mopar options, which will essentially double the price of the Husky liners that we have here. Switching gears, let's get into the install here, guys. And again, I wanna just reaffirm there is no drilling whatsoever thanks to the design of the Husky liners along with the included hardware. Now, because of that, site's gonna stick with a 1 out of 3 wrench rating on the difficulty meter, calling this one about an hour, I would say at most, to complete from start to finish. But now let's throw it out to the guys in the shop for our detailed walkthrough and tool breakdown.
Tools required for this install include a ratchet and an 8mm socket. What's up guys? Today we're installing a set of rear wheel well guards for our Ram, so let's get started. Now from the factory, there are two different sets of wheel well liners. We have the sectional one that's just front and back like we have, or there's an entire complete one. Now for the sectional, we'll need to remove one of our bolts and our mud flap, and then loosen up all of the bolts around our fender arch. If you have the full fender liners, you're gonna have to remove everything to swap these over. There will be 2 bolts in the back, a bunch of bolts around the wheel well. You'll have to fully remove them and then reinstall them with your new fender line. So the first thing we're gonna do is remove our mud flap. Now we have 2 8mm screws coming through the side, and then at the bottom we have a couple clips that we can just pop out. So we'll grab our 8mm socket to take out our 2 bolts. And we can just pop our clips out of place. Next, we can start to loosen up all of the screws around our fender arch and also fully remove this screw on the back. So we'll take our 8mm socket to get that one out. And then we can just loosen up the 3 screws on this side. And then we'll loosen up these 2 on the other side as well. Next, we can slide our fender liner into place. Now we can get this into place. This lip around our liner is going to sandwich in between the factory liners and this wheel arch. Now once we have our liner over this lip, we can grab our push clip included in the kit for our back hole. Next, we can reinstall the screw on the other side that we removed. And we'll tighten that down with our 8mm socket. And then we can start to tighten down our screws around the fender arch. And then we'll do that same thing on the other side and reinstall our mud flap. And then we'll grab our 8mm socket to tighten these down. And now at this point, you can repeat that same process on the other side. So that'll wrap up this review and install of the rear wheel well guards for your 2019 and newer Ram 1500. Thank you for watching, and for all things Ram, keep it right here at AmericanTrucks.com.